into a ring of death. It's time to prove yourself on screen. Prepare your mind, begin your steps. Your chance to make it in the scene. Round one, let the battle of fists begin. Mind games, a vital weapon to fear. Dark magic skill, teleporting powers. They are combat that you out of dread. Claim victory with sorcery. The sequential of intention live and breathe. You must never lie to cybernetic God. It's searching for the sudden neuropath. The night is here, they will be released. The power of the followers is the game. You try to zone, they will break your bones. There's nothing to lose, there's bound to scream. Round two, you are fighting to be the best. Your second chance to prove yourself to the rest. Projectiles and combos dominating on screen. Never enough to defeat the king. Claim victory with sorcery. The sequential element doesn't live in fear. You must never lie to cybernetic night. It's searching for the sudden you're on blast. The night is here, they will be released. The power of the followers is the game. You try to zone, they will break your bones. There's nothing to lose, there's bound to scream.
It's no longer just a fight. It's about reputation and pride. You must do your best. Back up your words, or you will be obliged.
Fight around the time to decide your fate. Your destined shine has now come to an end. You were once a friend, you were once a victor. Brace yourself for a fatality. Claim victory with sorcery. The sequential element doesn't live in fear. You must never lie to cybernetic God. It's searching for the sudden you'll blast. The night is here, they will be released. The power of the followers leads the game. You try to zone, they will break your bones. There's nothing to lose, this bound to scream. This bound to scream.
Greetings, everybody. As you can see, we've come back to Twitch. There are some rules and regulations that will have to take place. Obviously, certain things can't be said, certain attitudes can't be had. I have no problem with that. Basically, nothing's going to change as far as the show itself goes, but I want guys to be civil with each other. No flaming and nothing stupid. I mean, we all know the stupid shit, the hateful stuff. I don't want to see that happen, but, you know, it's come to a point now where we We have to, as a whole, grow as a community. We've had a lot of ups and downs with the On Blast show. Hopefully, we have a lot more ups. You know, I may look like Satan, I may act like Satan, but Satan I am not. I'm a Rasta Satan man. I'm a man of peace. Peace and love, man. Peace, love, and harmony. But we do have to grow as a community. One of the things that I've spoke about, and Albino Giganosis basically put up the 10 Commandments. Those 10 Commandments are something that this community as a whole should learn to abide by. Not because we want to grow as a community, but we want to grow as people. I'm going to actually give a rundown of what these commandments are. The first one is don't be a fool and land your stupid ass in jail for punching somebody over a fucking video game. Okay? Picking a fight with your significant other who cheated on you, or if you want to be assertive of your alpha dominance. If you really want to pick a fight with someone, don't look amazed when you get permanently banned. The second rule, you know, and this one deals with a lot of people from the arcade era. The arcade era is dead. It ain't never coming back. So, you know, people gotta, you know, stop, you know, reliving their youth. You know, as much as I even like to relive my youth about, you know, back in the day, the arcades and all this. You know, talking shit is fine, but we gotta be smarter about it in general. We have to actually, you know, draw lines in the sand of what we consider tolerable and not tolerable. We can't turn around and dictate to people what you can and can't say, but at the same time, people gotta have a demeanor where they know what's crossing a line. This diva mentality, done. You know, all these guys who think they're holier than thou because, you know, because they're better than me or better than one of you guys at pushing buttons, it's irrelevant. Nobody cares how good you are at the game. If you're going to act like a child, you're going to get treated like a child. The next one, number 4, is something everybody should try to consider. When you come to an event, don't act like you're homeless. Dress to fit the mold, you know. I mean, look, I'm Satan, and even I today decided to sport a tie, a collared shirt, you know. I'm all professional like here. If you come to the event, don't come like you just crawled out of your bed. Try to look good. If you guys want any chance of this stuff growing, image is 75% of what's going to make this successful. Rule number 5, or commandment 5, is very important. Don't steal people's shit. You know, do you really think it's worth going to jail over an arcade stick? You know, I mean, literally, you know, you'd be featured on America's Dumbest Criminal. You know, it's vital that people understand.
Yo, sorry, I'm watching your stream like half past. What's going on?
Nothing. I just started.
Man, why are you dressed like Satan?
Because I'm back on Twitch.
That's great.
I'm back on Twitch. Now, if you allow me to finish my commandments, just sit tight for a second.
I'll be here.
You know, basically, you know, if you're going to come to an event, dress. You don't have to go out and spend $1 million on a suit. But dress like you're going somewhere, you know, where you want to be respected. And the other portion of this, you know, bathe. Take the baths. Don't, you know, don't act like, you know, you literally, haven't bathed in 6 months. I actually jumped, number 5, which was don't steal stuff, anything from anybody. Number 6, which is another one that's very important, which our scene can't seem to get past, or should I say, there's people out there that pretend that they care, and then there's people out there that actually do care. Treat the women that are in this scene like you respect them. And it ain't just treat them like you respect them. Actually respect them. Don't treat these girls that come to these events like there's some kind of truck stop prostitution ring. Don't be that dude. If you think, somebody's cheating on you or any of that, go and deal with that outside the events. Don't deal with it inside the events. It's not worth the trouble. The next one, number 7 is another one that's vital, and it also goes hand in hand with the image that we portray ourselves at. Clean up the language on stream. You can still go behind the match and tell somebody get fucked, but if you're the person that's speaking on stream, keep in mind that those people that, if there are going to be potential investors, they're actually looking at you beyond just the actual matches. They want to see how this whole thing's covered. So I mean, these are things that literally have to, start happening. Number 8, which is another very important one, because your TOs will hear shit for this non-stop. Stop packing 100 people in the room. 4 people should be a maximum in a room. I understand everybody wants to save a buck or two, but you have to at least keep it to a level where security's not going to be knocking on your door because it smells like weed and you can't figure out who out of the 30 guys in your room is the one that's smoking weed. Okay? Number 9. It ain't the absolute vital, but it's something that people should consider, especially because you save money when you do it. Pre-register. You're going to save money, but it also makes the tournament organizers' life easier when it's time to set up pools because they already know who they got. And last and not least, if you're going to go out there and act the fool like me over here, man, with my Rasta Satan costume, be careful, on the social media. When you post something up there, that's it. It's up forever. And if you post something stupid, then that stupid shit will be with you forever. So guys gotta actually think, if you want this scene to grow to something, you gotta do it. But you need to bank pre-reg. Oh God, here we go with that stuff again. Again, guys, I'm not curbing you and telling you what to say. I'm certainly not censoring anybody. I'm just going to tell you this. Obviously, Twitch has got an eye out on me. So the fact that Twitch is looking for me, and there's going to be other people that want to see me screw up. So don't be a fool. You're gonna see, people say, this person's saying something hateful. There's gonna be people that are gonna look out to try and get me rebanned. So, needless to say, to all my OBS friends over at Twitch, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. I mean, again, it's open to anybody that wants to come on. At the bottom of the links, you'll notice, you got some links there. One of the links that I have is to the Breast Cancer Foundation, something that's actually near and dear to me. So if you got an opportunity to donate, do yourself a favor and donate. I don't know, Adobe Photoshop, I don't know why you're scared of me, man. This is just my peaceful satanic outfit. I worked with this today. So anyway, we have a couple of things that are going on today. Chris G is going to be joining us. And as Jesus, I figured Jesus, I have to be Satan to counteract his Jesus. He's looking to part with some gifts. So, some headsets and stuff like that tonight. So we're going to give him an opportunity and get him on. I don't know if people that seen his last Facebook post. It was actually pretty damn good and to the point. So, we're going to go with him tonight. We're also going to have Adonis from Korn, who's going to talk. Yes, and as people know, the 49th episode, which also had a woman by the name of Jamie, who's also going to be joining us tonight. And we're going to discuss the where are they nows, what they're doing, and hopefully shed some light on some of the drama that really wasn't drama in the first place. With that said, let me swing over to a quick commercial. Obviously, guys, I've been, with the cigarette thing, I've been screwing up a little bit here and there. But, the Steam company, the steamco.com, check them out for the vapor. The vapor is really good. I can't complain about it one bit. It's gotten me to cut down literally from smoking, 2 to 3 packs an episode to maybe 2 or 3 cigarettes the whole time. Why do people want to interrupt me in the middle of doing something?
I'm sorry, James. I just wanted to thank you for reading my thing that I sent you 2.5 weeks ago.
I understand that, but I couldn't do it last week.
Well, I get that. But still, thank you anyway. Goodbye.
All right, man. You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave, man. So anyway, guys, the Steam the Steam CO company up in Connecticut, they do the vapors. They got me hooked on this thing. It's been great, ever since. Also, the opening music by Distartica. Go check them out on YouTube. OBS Rattlehead, the drummer for the band, does all 80s metal cover stuff. Great band, and obviously I thank them for the opening song. My mouth is parched right now. I had to sit in the makeup for 2 hours for this, Needless to say, another thing I want to hit on is another site that's out there, which is an OBS site, which is OBS Gaming on Twitch, which is it's actually OBS Melphis X, who running straight up OBS stuff, but actual playing games. So I'm going to have a link up for them soon. So definitely, if you get a chance, go check them out. And again, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to bring in some cats. We're going to bring in the Schism himself. And we're going to bring in Daniel as well. And David Russell. Let me bring in because, being a Jamaican man, I can't be a Jamaican man without David Russell.
What's up, James?
What's up, sir? Do I make a good Jamaican or what?
Well, I haven't seen many, what I call them, Rasta Satans, just regular Rastas.
I'm Jamaican.
I don't know what
Jamaican Satan, man.
I'll tell you what, that is the best outfit I've seen in a long time, James.
What I appreciate is the passion. I see the passion, and it's beautiful.
Definitely creativity there. I can't fault them for that.
So, yeah, as you guys see, we're back on Twitch. I want to kind of do with it. I want to still stay with both of these. I want to see how this works out. I mean, I got pretty good bandwidth. I don't see anybody saying that the stream's screwing up or anything right now.
It's coming in clear on YouTube. Sorry, Ustream and Twitch, so seems to be working fine.
It seems to be going well. So we're gonna ride with it. One of the things I'm not gonna do tonight is let 450 people sit in. So guys, don't get all butthurt if I say you gotta go, because there's a lot of stuff going on now. It's Algo.
Yeah.
I knew he would like this.
Hey, do y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Cool.
So, you know what, guys? Twitch is not. I mean, I see guys over on Ustream saying Twitch is ass, but different strokes, different folks. I'm not going to discredit them and say, oh man, I mean, they were good enough to allow me to come back. Again, there's some strings to it. I can't, certain words that we can't, basically go crazy using. No threatening people, no, besmirching people. And the most important thing is, do not turn around and hound and harass the Twitch Twitter account, because I was told that they had over 300 tickets open to get us to try and get us back on. So
Good
I mean,
stuff.
yeah, I mean it's it's a learning experience. So hopefully we learn from it, we grow from it, and we just move forward from there. And that's basically what it comes down to. Now I see Devil Reaper. Yes, I am going to win a brawl. I'll definitely be there. Devil Reapers. Me and you were like brothers. But and then Ustream, again, I got absolutely no problems with Ustream. Ustream has treated me well from the get-go. So, now if people decide to make a mass exodus from one to the other and say, bail out, basically you guys are going to dictate. What doesn't happen as far as Twitch and me staying with one or streaming to both. I kind of like doing the simulcast. It makes me kind of feel a little Hugo Chavez like, and broadcasting over every channel that's possible. I'll be broadcasting over Google Hangouts soon, sometime as well. So, wow, I'm getting a million and two messages here. What do we got here? Yeah, we'll throw him in there in a second. Who do we got? Add me. Okay, let's add him because he's been hounding me all day. Grow. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on.
So James, I'm curious. What's when we get Adonis from Korn on here? What's going on with him?
Basically, what me and Adonis were talking about today is the attitude that they're given for what happens in this scene. I see people calling for a ban of them, and I'm going, people.
A ban of Korn?
Yeah. And the fact that he gets loud is, in my opinion, irrelevant.
It's too long. Oh no.
It's irrelevant. But, to other people, they say it's distracting and whatnot. But, point is, they also don't like some of the messages he conveys, which, to be honest with you, I don't disagree with.
I think it's discipline, though.
I don't disagree with the fact that, Korn takes care of their own guys. They're trying to educate guys. They're saying have a master plan. Don't just walk into this thing. Now, they might convey that message in a little bit more of a raw street way. Mm-hmm. But the point is that message is the right message. Don't throw all your eggs in the basket thinking you're going to retire from Twitch. Oh God, hold on. Let me answer this one. Don't think that the money makers are going to come there, because as you guys see now, you got F Champ problems with his sponsor. Chris G got problems with his sponsor.
Well, they're not problems. They're dropped. They're gone. They have no sponsors. So now they're free agents.
Yeah, but my point is, why are these sponsors leaving?
Because they're not seeing
No profit.
money back.
Nothing back, and that's and the fact that Korn might say that message, but they say it in a pissed off way. People go with them and go, "Oh, you're such a pessimist." No, you're not. He's a realist. But his attitude, his attitude is from the attitude he gets back. And I see people, that were going that back and forth, and it's sad that people have actually turned around and called for them to be banned from events.
And this is like a sizable number of folks.
No, I
Or
wouldn't
is
say
it-
it's sizable.
I wouldn't say that.
You know, it's a handful, but it's the point that you're actually calling for people. Then I'm going to call for anybody that uses hitboxes. You know, what's the next level? You know, something else you deem either untournament worthy. And, you know, when I ran down with the 10 Commandments, those are things that you guys should be doing already on your own. You don't need me to tell you to do them. You know, taking a bath isn't something you should be reminded.
I don't know if you've been you were at Apex, so you might want to tell some of the Smash players to do that, but that's another story entirely.
Yeah, it's not Smash players. It's anyone from any community. They do. Everybody needs to take a bath. That's just true.
Soap and water helps.
But hey, speaking of those commandments, James, you know, one of those you said we're not in the arcade area anymore. But interestingly enough, there's some stuff going down here. Is it cool if we promote that stuff?
Go right
now?
ahead, man.
Cool.
You got, I mean, if you want, you got both Ustream. Put your links up in Ustream and in Twitch now.
All right. Here, is it cool if we turn on video?
I got video. You can turn video on.
Let's see. Oh crap! What's going on?
It might not stream it. If we have different.
You're
links.
seeing video because one or more of. All right. Cool. So.
What's up, guys?
There you go. What's up, man?
I'm here over with Brandon Alexander.
Hey guys,
what's up, man?
on? How you doing, James?
Pretty good, man.
Thanks
Pretty
for
good.
having us.
Kyle back here.
I can see you clearly. Yep.
Out of the way, they can see the shit.
Yeah. So here, let me get this this link up here. Actually, I'm just gonna. Is it cool if I post it in the Skype chat real
You
quick?
could put it in the Skype chat, and then I could put it in both of them.
Well, there we go. We can see the video.
Cool. So yeah, we're over here in San Antonio, Texas, at venture that Brandon's starting up. If you want to talk about it, Brandon.
Hey guys, I'm Brandon Alexander. Basically, it's been a long time since I've been back in the arcade scene. I'm trying to bring that back. As you can see, we got some cabinets going. Yeah, so we're starting a whole new arcade for San Antonio, Texas. Basically, it has everything from retro cabinets from KI1, MK1 to Ultimate MK3 to Killer Instinct on Xbox One, Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, soon to be Ultra. It's kind of like a, you know, a big place for all gamers, a new place to play, etc. So pizza, food, beer, free beer at that. We have a huge tournament coming up February 15th. I'd appreciate it if you guys spread the word for the arcade. We have a Facebook page, good pictures up there to show everybody. I've been a big fan of James for a while now, and he's always supported the MK group and supported the MK since back in the day. So, good guy to look up to. Very responsible, respectable guy in the community, and we'd love to have his support. Yeah, man. So.
If it wasn't this close, I'd come down.
Hey, there's a guy that moved down from Philly, Hyperhal, Darwin Jackson. I know he moved down to the Texas area. If anything, hit me up on Facebook. My name's Kyle McFarlane. I'll get you in touch with him because I know he's trying to grow a scene down in Texas as well. And I definitely would like you to get in touch with him because I know that's all he wants to do is grow a scene down there. Because when he was up here, all he did was help out Big E and us, like, in every event.
That's awesome, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, anything to help support. I mean, we'll be glad to. We're getting this big ultra bus together too to take people from San Antonio to big events like out in California, like Evo and etc. So we definitely want to come out and support. We have people. Who is it? Kent from
Uppercut Championship.
Yeah, he wants to help us out with UCC kind of thing, and we're very interested in supporting the community. Like I said, we're actually very, very excited about 2014 and what's ahead. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys for all the support and giving us a shout out and giving us time to speak on the air, and especially with all these commandments you're naming off. 'Cause I agree with those 100%. So.
Well, I mean, it's again, these up and coming things are things that people have to start gravitating towards if they want the scene to get any better.
Exactly.
You know, just going to majors is not enough.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, to be honest, and I know a lot of TOs are going to hate me for this, to me, going to the majors is the least of important things. You know, and it's about building a friendship. You know, meeting guys. You know, when we do talk about our old school arcade stories,
Yeah.
it's because we've built these friendships with other people. I mean, I have friends now. You know, guy Summoning, who's in the MK community. You know, we've been friends now for 22, 23 years, and we met because of Mortal Kombat.
Exactly.
You know, and we still talk. I mean, he just moved to Sweden, but, you know, we still talk to this day, you know, and that's the thing about the arcade era that's not here and intact the way it should be.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. That's why I'm trying to bring it back, because honestly, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, those games changed my life, man. I mean, I had no place to really go after the arcade closed down where I was at. So it was really just staying at home playing fighting games by myself. But, you know, then all this online stuff started happening. And online's cool and et cetera, but, you know, the net codes aren't always as great, never 100%. And I think you actually learn and you become a better player in a community, playing against each other, face-to-face, you know, without all that immature talk, you know, all the shit talk and et cetera. I mean, you know, you got to want to level up, and you got to be mature about it, because it looks bad on other scenes. You know, if you're gonna be throwing your stick, you're angry, you hate something just because you lost. You know, back in the arcade times, it's like, hey, someone will beat me. It's like, all right, I need to go practice more and more and more. It's like I want to try, instead of bitching and complaining about it. You know, this doesn't work, or throwing a stick and just punching some guy in the face. It's no, we'd get better and come back next week and beat that guy's ass on the game, of course.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I come from the old. I want to say I come from the old school, even though I've been in the scene since 05. But it's the same mentality for me. Like, I grew up and all I played was UMK3, and the first tournament I went to was NEC in 05, and I forget which one it is. It was like 6 or 7. And when I met Shock and a bunch of the guys from the MK scene, it was like, all right, these are the guys that went to the sites that I went to, and they made the sites. I thought I was the top shit because I beat everybody. You know, there's always people better than you, and that's what tournaments help you out with. But like when you play online and you get these guys where you try to implement those things that you learn in tournament scenes and then in your own stuff, all they want to do is bash you. There's a lot of people online that don't want to learn. So everything now is all hate mail. Online, I think, is the worst thing that actually happened to the gaming scene, because you don't get people that want to learn. You get people that just want to bash everything.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but at the same time, you know, you can find some good people that, you know, you can. Sometimes some people live close and you could get together and play, or sometimes you make some good friends. You know, there's good and bad in everything, but, you know, with something like Ultra, you know, we're trying to create a space where, you know, people can get together and play together, you know, and enjoy the whole experience of video games, you know.
Yeah.
And then again, I'm not disagreeing with anybody here. I'm just saying that we also have to put these things into context, because any of us who played shooters, console or PC wise,
yeah,
FGC is well mannered online compared to those guys.
Oh man.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
that goes without certain. Our next
so
tournament is supposed to hold Gears, and I fear for our life what's going to happen with that.
Gears and Call of Duty are two of the most ridiculous like shooters. Like people get up and like spitting out racial slurs. And,
I've been called a dirty Mexican like 50 times, and I was like,
I know, right? I've been called a white boy. I'm like, yo, I'm not even white. Yo, calm down.
You can't imagine what I've been called.
I don't even know.
Yeah, we can, you old fuck. Anyway.
They insult my people.
Your people. Your people of all
My people now. They're my people now.
They're holding the white man down. Damn it.
But I mean, I am going to do this. I'm going to drop you guys off, all of you right now.
No problem.
Okay.
And I'll add you back in, and I'm bringing Chris G on.
Okay,
problem.
go ahead.
Oh, James, you might want to put a mod on the Twitch
can I
because
get a
somebody
mod
gone
power?
crazy with the Bifu spam.
Could I get the mod power, James?
Yeah, we need the
Yeah,
hammer.
let me give the.
You need those snipers.
You know, this time around, guys.
We need snipers.
This time around, there's gonna be a different fucking attitude.
Hey, I timed the person out, so it's all good for now.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Hook Abe up with the mod.
That's one. I'm putting some mod police there. If I make you a mod, I expect you to do your job.
Oh, of course.
Where are you? There we go.
So, is anybody going to any majors?
Yeah, well, I gotta run any winter brawl. I'm sorry, winter brawl in 3 weeks, so I'll be going.
Damn, a lot of people are going to Winter Brawl.
Every Big E event's always hype. So I mean, if anything, please come out to Big E events.
I'm gonna, man. If I had some money, son, I would definitely.
That's the story of everybody's life. Trust me, it ain't just
Welcome to the FGC life.
I am a college student working his way through school.
Broke ass niggas.
Was there once?
I'm simply a college student working his way through school with no job. It just sucks.
You'll get there, man. You'll get there.
Persistence is the key.
Everyone's been in your position at least one point in their life, so we all understand.
Don't worry. As soon as I'm able to, I'm hitting a final round. That's the first one.
Final round's gonna be tight. They just announced that they're gonna have Ultra, so they're gonna be an Ultra location test, which is great.
Oh, that's tight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have the new build that supposedly have Hugo, where he's actually a playable character, which is awesome. Because
everybody's been saying that. Everybody's been saying he's like ass.
Well, no. The build, the build we had
put Alex
in
in that game.
They should have.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they should have put him in there, man. That's why I'm not playing Street Fighter. I would not be playing KI right now if Alex was in Street Fighter 4.
Alex and Sean. I need my boy Sean.
Yes, Sean.
Sean should
I need to
have
shoot
been in there.
basketballs. I need to shoot basketballs, though.
He needs to be top tier though. That's for sure.
He's a two-hit
Yes.
short. You can.
What you mean? Not second?
Yo,
strike,
what's up,
Captain?
Jazz?
Second strike.
What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up?
Yeah,
What's
thank you.
So that's
Come on,
so we invaded. So we re-invaded Twitch again.
You word?
There are some rules this time around.
But this time there's rules.
Yep.
Yeah,
rules
Jazz, you can't
now?
go.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't go crazy.
I don't want to have to. I gave guys the permission to start laying bans out for people being blatant assholes.
I ain't gonna fuck around. I guess.
You got a license to kill now.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's
Don't
now I
do
can't.
it.
Now I can't. The fact that I waited a year to get unbanned and I'm unbanned now. I mean, I'm right now, Jazz. I'm on both. I'm streaming on Twitch and you stream at the same time.
Wow.
Oh, dead ass? Yeah, that's tight.
So I mean, I could see I
If
got.
you would have listened to me episode 49, you would be going through this shit.
And this is the same guy that likes to call everybody something in the book, and you're gonna dictate to me now how to do, my show.
I mean, you let the inmates run the asylum, yo. You did that.
I didn't do nothing. What did I say?
I mean, yeah, you rectified the situation after.
I rectified a lot of situations. In fact, I got those people coming back.
On the show tonight?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Son, that episode.
At the right time, then.
Can't wait to see what happens with this.
That
Oh,
episode,
yeah.
I stayed up all
Well,
night.
no. First of all, the Jamie's coming on when she gets out of school.
Yeah.
That was one part of the situation. And she's actually. I got plans to open up the website, and I'm going to have people doing articles, and she's going to be doing some coverage stuff for me. So it's again, I only have 24 hours in a day, so it's hard for me to get to everything that I want to get to. But the point is that she's taking a more active role in the community. She's doing right. Mm-hmm. And the fact that she is to me shows that somebody actually wants to grow, not just with the scene, but as a person.
Personal growth is always good. Can't agree with that.
Exactly. Let me see where Chris is.
Aspiring esports contributor, so to speak.
You know, I still don't agree with esports, but I mean,
Whatever. He probably turned into fight night just like everybody else.
No.
Nah, fight night is actually pretty good.
I thought the production values on Fight Night looked good until I saw that dog that's run across the set like 5
but
times.
you know what? You know what's funny though? You know, I heard the people complaining about like the way the girls are portrayed in there, and I'm going,
wow.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
wow.
they got jobs.
They getting paid. They get paycheck at the end of the day.
And I said it that night. I said, if somebody out there is going to hire these girls, then by all means, spout your opinion. But if you're not, these are girls that are models. You know, these aren't girls that are like, you know, construction workers and they somehow got drugged and thrown into the back of a truck and wound up getting put on this with shackles. They're getting paid pretty damn good. They know what they're doing.
I mean, at least they contributed something. I mean, at least they're not these dudes that complain about every fucking thing that goes on.
No, even when I was on the stream chat, even I had to get in on those guys because they were like going in on Tasteless. They said, "Man, his commentary is awful." I said, "I've heard worse."
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I've heard plenty of worse.
Oh man.
It was bad.
Was it World Cyber Games bad? Nah.
No, but it was Ski Sonic bad. It's pretty bad, though.
No, but from watching StarCraft, Tasteless is like top-notch type of.
Yes, but this is not fucking StarCraft, man. We're talking about fighting games now.
I know.
Fuck?
Well, give him some time. I think he'll get the hang of it if he plays it more. I mean, Tasteless is one of the few people that can crack me up. So.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna head out here and keep working on putting this place together for the 15th. Thanks for having us on again.
Yeah, I'll start running that. I'm gonna start running. You know, as long as you guys got stuff going on, I'll start running it weekly. I don't care.
All right, thanks,
James. Yeah, we'll post. We'll post your the show on the page. I mean, we just started the Facebook page and we already got like 1,300 likes.
Well, we're gonna blow that up tonight too. So send me the link to that, and we'll make that take off.
Please add me on that so I can post it on my feed.
Yeah, and James, it's really good to hear about from you again, man. You're looking great, man, with the devil costume and everything.
It's his natural look. Right?
Yeah, I literally every time I think of him,
I took my skin off, man.
Yeah,
I'm exposing myself to the community. This is who I am.
Yeah, I can just picture him ripping off Tom Brady's skin as we speak.
Damn. Oh, damn. Just going in. Pew, pew. Shots fired.
All right. So
yeah, I posted the link to the page in the Skype chat, but I've also been posting it a little bit in both of the chats. But yeah, so thanks for everything, guys. And,
all right, man. We'll see you at the beach.
All right.
Sounds good.
Let's go to the beach.
All right. I don't know. I just messaged Chris. Chris is not around, so I'm trying to get him to respond. So y'all still safe.
Yo, James, did you bet on the ass whooping that took place on Sunday?
I did. I got $2,000 from my father.
Son, I should have done some inside.
Dude, nobody could have said it was gonna come out like that though.
Somebody should have shook me and told me, "Yo, put 100 on the Seahawks," and I don't even have $100. Just do it. Ugh.
I mean, I didn't bet on it because I knew Seattle was going to bring it. I just didn't know they were going to. I didn't know it was going to end up 256-0.
You didn't know you're gonna have to call 1-800 rape.
Again, that's a banned word. We don't like that word.
Banned word.
Yeah, we can't go there.
That ass whooping was strong. I seen somebody break their TV over that shit.
No. But I thought I agree with James on that one. When I saw that, I said, Peyton Manning can't carry that team on his back alone. I mean,
I see some shit.
He has to play against the team, man.
I see some shit on Twitter. Who's seen the movie Friday?
Yeah, everybody's seen that.
And at the bottom,
why you asking questions of what you know the answers to, yo?
Nah, some people had never heard of Friday, so
yeah, there are people that never seen that movie ever.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I don't think there's such person existed.
Son, yeah. My little sister doesn't even know what Friday is. I'm gonna have to show her to it.
How old is your sister?
She is. How old is she? She's in high school. She's like 13.
All right.
Oh, shit, I missed
First
that.
off, you're not being a good
Number
enough
one.
big brother.
Yeah, she's not even supposed to watch Friday.
But son, there was a picture of what's his name that got punched by Debo.
You got knocked the fuck out. Now give me
Yeah.
my money.
It was him. And remember when Debo came and like took his chain?
Yeah,
And
it's my
then,
mom
he was like,
machine.
man, why y'all ain't help me? That's what Peyton said in the locker room.
Yeah, that's
Yo.
basically what happened, man. Why y'all didn't help?
Man, why y'all ain't help me?
Hey, look, that Super Bowl, man. I'll tell you what. That was the best defensive like Super Bowl I've ever seen, and that's talking about going back to Super Bowl in 2000 where it was fucking the Ravens. Because I thought that was the best Super Bowl until now.
No, I mean,
Dude, that was a blow.
That Super Bowl was the worst Super Bowl in history. I was snooze fest, man.
no, I mean, besides then the
The
obvious
Giants versus
stuff.
the Bills, that was a Super Bowl.
The
When
Saints.
Scott Norwood missed that field goal. That was a Super Bowl. This other shit,
No.
this was like Yikes versus the scrubbiest dude in the pool.
Johnny Donut.
Yeah, Joe
Donuts.
Sixpack.
Yo, you can't put Peyton Manning in Johnny Donuts territory. Come
No,
on.
no. I mean, it's the team really because after I saw the first plays, I mean, they couldn't. Broncos couldn't even keep the Seahawks on the field defensive wise. They just got boop baff, fourth down. They had to punt it immediately again. Wow.
It's sad when the halftime show and the commercials went more ham than the freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah, Bruno Mars was
what the-
hype. Bruno Mars was hype, man, compared to what I was watching. It was like,
Man, a lot of people have been flipping about that Coke commercial.
Oh man, screw.
Oh man, that was
Man,
stupid.
So many people were. Man, I go on Twitter. People were like, "Man, that Coke commercial was so stupid," and I was like, "What's wrong with it?"
First off,
Shit, it
anyone
wasn't
that has a problem with that commercial, they're obviously not real Americans. Because in case you haven't realized it, nobody here is actually fucking American except for fucking Indians.
Actually, you got to correct yourself. We all are because if you
Native
were
Americans.
born here, you're American.
right.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can't say you're German if if you're not actually born in Germany. You're of German descent, but you're all American.
Mm-hmm.
If you were born here. If you are not born here, then you're an immigrant who's now come from their country. So you're still whatever, German, Irish, Jamaican, whatever.
But
I found that very strange that people were getting upset about that because I was like, oh what?
Of all commercials,
This is the most unoffensive commercial I've ever seen.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, it was stupid for people to get all butthurt about it, but I mean, welcome to America. We can't even agree on Pepsi or Coke, so you expect us to actually achieve something?
You can't even agree on what system to play at a tournament.
Exactly.
yeah, that's true.
So far I can only afford to go to
I
one.
thought a lot of the ads were a little bit. They were trying a bit too hard. The one that got me laughing was the one with the dude, the Doritos one with the kid selling the time machine, and the guy goes, "I'm going back in time." The kid's kicking the fucking box. Like, I said, that's the low budget ads I like.
Yo, Alf made a comeback.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
Alf.
Yo,
Him and Hulk Hogan, yo.
The 80s commercial with the fucking what was it? The Radio Shack. That was great.
Yeah, that was a godlike commercial. I was like, yo.
Yeah, that was going in.
Oh man.
I didn't really watch the game.
There was much of a game to watch.
There's nothing to watch.
That wasn't even a game. That was just an ass whooping. Just like an ass whooping that was just caught on camera.
After the second quarter, I was done. I was just done. I can't.
Dang.
So getting back to the FGC for a second here. What's everyone's thought on corn? Because personally, like, I mean, I know those guys outside of. Well, I mean, I know you're laughing as soon as I mention the name, but you know, outside of actual, like, you know, inside the tournament stuff, like, those guys are legit, real cool guys, real down to earth. You know, they want to see the scene grow. That's all they care about, is making the scene grow, even from where they're at in Detroit to any tournament that they come to. And they're getting banned, and, you know, basically, like, you know, everyone's trying to bullshit them, but all they're doing is acting like how everyone acted in the Marvel scene back in, like, 2004, 2005. What's the deal with that?
I ain't got no problems with corn. Corn's cool.
Nobody got no problems with them, man.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
There's people that just
I mean,
straight up hate
Fublat was threatening him.
What? Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, wait a second. You're saying you don't want somebody complaining and yelling in your ear, and then you're saying you're going to go beat him up at his kids?
His kids?
What?
How did his kids?
Wow.
He brought his kids into it. I'm going...
Son, that's an asshole. You deserve it.
I'm friends with
I'm
Artie,
not
but,
gonna-
like, he went ham, like, for no reason.
When was this?
This was, like, a week ago.
And then
on
he,
Facebook.
then, like, you had to really provoke him to get him to say something like that. I mean, seriously.
No, I followed the whole thing. He just got mad. He got mad because if you turn around and call me an asshole, I'm going to defend myself. Even if I'm an asshole. I'm going to defend myself. I'm not going to sit there and go, you know, you're right. I'm an asshole. I should just kill myself. No. No matter what, until you prove me wrong, I'm right. You know, and that's part of a debate. But, you know, and I even said to him, I said, you know, dude, I said, you got to relax. You know, you bring
He's not that type of person. He had to be provoked. If you know Fublat in person, you know he's not the type of person to be threatening people.
No, but
And as his teammate, I felt the need to step up for him because, like, he shouldn't have to worry about people screaming in his ear.
Yes, he should. Then don't play games. Go fucking play Parcheesi or Monopoly in a back room somewhere.
Yeah, that
You're
is
playing
true.
video games. You can't
should be hype,
dictate.
though.
You can't dictate what somebody can say. How many outfielders during a baseball game? How many Boston Red Sox have to sit out in the outfield at Yankee Stadium and have people yell at them, "I fucked your mother," and they can't do nothing about it except, you know what? There's a difference. We could put on headsets. The outfielder can't.
Yeah, but certain people as trying to show a professional vibe. I mean,
nah, that's
you don't
crack
want
shit.
that
There ain't
type
no
of shit.
professional vibe. You can't
You
have
don't
that
want
in the same
type of-
sentence.
I don't want nobody screaming in my ear when I play that shit. That's like
I'm cool with it. I don't know.
Wait. Well, all right. Don't we have a solution to that? Headphones? Or the headphones don't work?
All I gotta say is don't touch.
all I gotta say is like when you start threatening people. I mean, I think that's out of the question, like out of line. Don't be threatening people. Just
Okay,
don't.
so you said Fublat went too far when he did that.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, right, wrong, indifferent. I'm gonna stick up for my teammate, but it's whatever, man. Like right, wrong, indifferent. I got his back, so it's whatever when it comes to my teammate. But right is right, wrong is wrong, man. I mean, I didn't follow the whole thread or nothing.
I mean, I got nothing against the kid, but it's like you took it to a level that it was like, wow, really?
Well, he had to be provoked, say it, or do anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I know he had to be provoked.
Then again, if he wants to seem to, then you know what I'll say? Then Jazz, then you know what I would say? If he wants to see the progress, he needs to take a time out and go somewhere and get and gather his thoughts. Because you're not going to ask somebody else to be professional and then do the complete same thing that they're saying. It's the problem in the first place. You can't turn around and say, I want you to act more professional, Jazz, and then the next thing I'm doing is going out there telling everybody to suck my dick. You can't do one. You can't ask if you're not going to do. And whether he was provoked or not, I understand, you know, but then unfortunately you got to learn to bite your tongue.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I mean, right now, you know, and I had said something to him in the chat where I said, you know, he said, well, you were on your show. I said, you never defended me like this. He says, well, you were on your show saying faggot all the time. I said, really? Can you tell me when I said it? And he couldn't say it because I don't say that. Other people have come on the show. Now, I can't turn around and say, I mean, I could tell you don't say it, but I can't make you not say it. I could ban you. Okay. So, I banned 90% of the people in the room. I mean, and the fact that he allowed it to get to that point before stepping aside shows his lack of maturity. And that lack of maturity is the same thing that's keeping the scene back as well as the other bullshit. So you can't, if you want to be a professional, then act a professional.
Agreed.
I think
my thing is like the threats was just like uncalled for.
Wait, but Jazz, aren't you like from the old school in the arcade era, right? So
yeah, that's why.
They used to they used to talk all manner of crap then.
We probably went through worse. That's why I'm like, yo, the shit shouldn't have to go through what we had to go through for real.
Yeah, time.
No, but that's the thing. That's Jazz, hold on. You have to agree with this. So, like, shit talk is a part of the game. It's a mindset of.
I do it too, but like, come on, like it should have to come to.
There's a line.
It's a line.
Where's the line? Where do you draw that line?
Everybody proverbial line is different. You gotta respect everybody's space, man.
No. Then you can't. Then this scene is doomed.
Wait, hold on. Time
all of us sit up there, and we all sit up there, play on a stage. Where nobody can't scream in your ear, get it out of your pose, you won't have to worry about it.
Jazz, time out. So, in Evo 07, Evo East, when they actually were doing regionals, right? So, in Evo East, when Triforce went up to Nestor and was basically shit-talking him to the point where Nestor almost wanted to throw a punch at Triforce in the middle of a tournament match, that was cool?
Nah, that wasn't.
I mean, anyone that was at Evo East, and I'm sorry for a lot of new people that are listening.
It's a different time right now. People are not psychologically equipped to handle that type of rowdy, noisy type of behavior.
Just say niggas are soft. Just say that.
Yeah,
go and say it. Go and say it. Just go and say it.
This community now is pussified.
This is like white picket
fence. Too soft now.
Like this is like white picket fence. I mean, yeah, I've been in.
Leave it to Beaver looking ass, players,
Yo, I've been in arcades. Basically, they sell drugs like open market, like that. Under Daytona, USA. Like if you go in there, if you tick through anybody, if you wasn't Zangief, you get your ass thrown in your face, banged into a game.
Yo, that
I've seen dudes get cut over running gun. Like I've seen. So to bring it into times of now, man, you can't do that now. Like you can't expect this scene to grow if you got behavior like that now.
But here's the thing, you set the example a while ago, Jazz. You set the example a while ago.
Realistically, I know it can't happen. I know realistically, you're always gonna have confidence in everything. But come on, it's time to grow up. Don't y'all think?
Yeah, no. But Jazz, think about it now. So when I got into the scene, that's all it was nothing but shit talk. So what's different from me coming in the scene, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago to people coming into the scene now? Just because I can handle it and they can't?
Dudes,
pretty much.
That's what it all boils down to.
and again, let me ask you this, Jazz. Do you think esports is going to take off?
In my honest opinion, I think it has potential.
Do you? No. I don't want to hear potential. I don't want to hear potential. I mean, I have potential to give birth, but the odds are fucking not in my favor.
Hey, you could be Arnold Schwarzenegger Jr. and we just don't know about it.
I mean, the potential is there.
It's a good concept. I think it could really. It's all up to what direction people want to go into it. Because if you want to bring that ghetto arcade back in 1985 lifestyle, that shit is not gonna work.
No,
it's not.
It's not. You
if you
know,
want to, I mean, I don't, me personally, I'm not gonna say, oh, act stiff and act professional. I'm never gonna act stiff and act professional in front of nobody, man. Fuck that.
you know
I'm
where this scene's
MC.
gonna go? I'll tell you exactly.
But
The same place Netscape and AOL went.
Damn.
The same exact thing.
Dang.
Esports as a whole is going to become the next Netscape. You got it. You were like, yeah, I don't need Internet Explorer. I don't need any of that. And then all of a sudden they came out with Communicator, and they were like, womp womp, belly up. That's it. Done. No more. Same exact thing. All the hype is nothing. You know, and people want to live this fantasy, which is fine. It ain't my job to tell you it's a fantasy. You know, I've put it out there. If you want to continue to live by that way, it's all on you. You know, Chris actually made a really good post today.
Yeah, very good post. That's some real shit he spit.
You know, and you know, I see a lot of chit chat back and forth between the corn things and you know, the hype, and it's like, so now the scene's going to dictate what's kosher to say and what's not kosher to say. So, you know, somebody like, I don't know Fublat from Adam. You're not ever going to tell me what I can say. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are. Ain't nobody ever going to tell me what I have to say.
Agreed.
Unless you're Twitch.
Unless you're Twitch.
Sorry.
You're trying to get banned again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, James. I couldn't stop.
Can y'all hear me?
Just like, fuck it,
Yeah.
right?
You know, but it's you know, when you start dictating, where's Mr. Peacehand, the anarchist schism guy? You know, when you start dictating to people what they can do and what they can't do, it only encourages them to do the opposite.
Exactly.
That's
True.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Tell
but
me
it
it's
doesn't-
bad. Tell me it's bad, and I'm going to do it 10 times over.
Yep. Just like you do with your parents when you grow up as a kid.
That's
They
human
keep
nature.
telling you not to go out late. They tell you not to do bad shit. You're gonna do it.
And you know what you do? Instead of not going out, you learn how to lie better.
Yep.
Oh, Mom, I got hit by a car. Really? Why are you standing in front of me telling me this? Oh, well, it was amazing. I broke my leg and I fixed it. You know, I mean,
I pulled some MacGyver shit, broke a stick off the tree, and I fixed it. I'm good.
I'm good.
you know, so
I met a surgeon on the street, I swear.
so now, I mean, as far as I see Philip Pro 1, I'm not going to link the drama of it. You know, again, this show is not TMZ. I'm not going to spread the gossip as far as what happened. They had their argument, and it didn't get resolved. It escalated.
That's never good.
And that's the thing about this scene. People can't turn around and expect this scene to grow with this type of petty shit going on. Now, I understand people don't like the way Korn conveys their message at times. I respect the message he conveys because he's trying to encourage people to do the right thing. At the same time saying, don't stop playing games. He ain't telling you to stop playing games. He's telling you just do it the right way. Keep your priorities straight. Don't throw all your eggs in one basket and expect, the esports fairy to come and drop thousands of dollars in your lap and say, hey, you know what? I don't know who you are. I don't know what video games are, but I'm going to give you all this money to sell my product. It's not going to happen.
Sports fair.
It's never gonna happen. And as you can see with the F-Champ situation, nobody knew that shit was gonna happen.
I saw
And
that
look,
shit coming.
Well,
I did too.
after I saw a lot of people getting dropped, I figured,
soon
it was
as I
going
saw
to
Chris
somebody.
It was a domino effect that was gonna happen regardless.
Yeah, as soon as I
Plain
saw
and
Chris
simple.
G get dropped, not really get dropped, but just AGE pretty much go under. I saw it coming.
it seems like if you're not a grassroots team, you just go down. Dude.
And that's why I respect Korn, because Korn pays their own buck.
Yeah.
OBS. Anybody that sports the OBS on as the tag, they get to the tournaments on their own. They're not turning. Now I tell guys, if you can go, manage to get another sponsor that pays out, by all means, I'm not going to tell you no. But the whole OBS thing is, you're willing to get to the events on your own and do it your own way. I mean, don't you? I don't know. Maybe because I'm old, but don't you want your own personal sense of accomplishment that you did something not because you push buttons, but because you actually could achieve shit?
Exactly.
Unfortunately,
Exactly.
we're in a scene now where that's not the case.
White picket fence.
And
we're in a scene now where it's a lot of hand-me-downs. Like, oh,
It's a
you
lot of babying and shit. Like really. But
You know what? I don't think it's babying Jazz. Think about this, right? We're in 2014. How long ago do you think the online gaming thing started, where little like 12-year-old and 13-year-old kids would talk shit on a mic over like Halo and shit? How long ago do you think that happened?
God knows how long ago.
05.
not long ago.
Well,
Not that long ago.
people did
Right.
send a lot of shit talk on X-Band.
Okay, but my point is, like, let's say it happened. Fuck, I don't remember when Halo 1 came out. Let's say it happened in 2002. Now, most of the kids from back then were, 10, 12 years old. Now, they're 22, 23. They're coming out to these tournaments. But now, instead of them being behind a TV to talk shit to you, they're in your face.
Niggas are scared.
That's why the scene is pussyfied. Because when Corn's talking shit to you, you don't have a fucking keyboard in the middle of you.
Yeah, you gotta stop that for a second though, because all that shit talk
And
was
that's why
happening
everybody is
in
saying
every single.
that type of shit. It's
No, but
stupid.
no,
It's
but
stupid. Like if you're not used to a certain aspect, of course you're gonna fear it. Of course you're not gonna know what to do with it. Learn how to adapt and learn how to stop crying about every little thing that goes on. Like these punks on NeoGaf and event hubs and shit. Like all
Well,
they
here's
do
the
is
thing.
bitch about this, that, and the other.
all that
When
shit's been happening
you
for
couldn't-
years though, and in the tournament scene,
you
there's
couldn't-
videos that I can post up that will show you that shit happening back in 05 and 06 and 07. That shit's not something brand fucking
This
new
is
to
not new.
anything.
I'm not saying it's
This
new.
shit's happened in the '80s. I've seen people get punched in the face over Street Fighter One. Like, yeah, like I've seen it. Like it's nothing new, but like why put it in a scene where a lot of people could get hurt? You know what I'm
Like-
saying? You could actually probably have the police get involved. You
What?
know
What's
what I'm saying?
this?
You don't want to put
What's this? What are you?
people.
What are you saying about?
What I'm saying is basically you don't want people getting hurt. You don't.
No.
Especially not in no event like this.
No,
where
you
you
don't.
got
You don't
people in
want
your
gang
face and you
violence.
got people that could possibly clash or whatever. Because in the '80s, if you had shit like this going on where it was a major tournament at a major venue, that shit could have probably turned deadly.
It would have been a riot back in the day. Real
It
shit.
probably would have.
Like
It
you
would
know
have
what I'm
been
saying?
bad.
Like
People would have
you
been
have to worry
brawling back
about
then.
you have to worry about the venue. How's the venue gonna handle the situation? You have to worry about the TOs, how they're gonna handle the situation.
Yo, back then,
Does the
Biggie would have
police gotta
actually
get
been beating the shit
involved
out of people.
and thrown on their face outside in the street in the middle of Times Square?
Big
Like
E
I've
would have
seen
been
it.
handing out Stone Cold Stunners left and right. Just like,
Would have
nah.
been handing
Oh,
out
no,
rock
no, no,
bottom.
Big
You
E
know
would
what
have
I'm
been
saying?
throwing
I
people
mean,
through walls.
not taking
Don't even say
listen,
that.
not taking nothing away from Corn. Not taking nothing away from Corn. I know all of them outside of fighting games. Like I call Brian like every time I can get a chance to. These dudes are not bad dudes when you get to know them.
No, they're
But
not.
certain people don't want to know these dudes because of the persona they portray. They don't want to get involved with something like that.
They
And I
ain't
mean,
about that life.
yeah,
Period.
exactly. They not that.
They ain't about
That's
that
the
life.
problem.
Nigga moment 1002. You know?
They're
That's the problem
not
with
So,
judging
about
a
that.
book by its cover,
Are
man.
fighting game tournaments ever going to do that really weird thing that StarCraft tournaments do, where they put each player in their own like soundproof booth? Because that would be really fun.
Oh my
You know
god.
what?
Get
You know
the
what?
hell.
Fuck
Nah.
StarCraft. How about that? Fuck
Yeah.
StarCraft.
Fuck League. I got
Fuck
time for that.
StarCraft. Fuck League. Fuck Dota. Fuck all them shits.
That shit is boring.
Let me
Actually,
tell
the
you
main
something.
the main problem I have with those games isn't anything about being boring. It's very difficult to spectate because the people watching it can't see everything going on at once. Fighting games really lend themselves to being spectator games because The audience sees absolutely everything that is going on. You can't just have somebody controlling the camera trying to scramble to find something interesting that's happening. You see everything that's happening.
You know, I tried to watch a League of Legends game. I did. I tried of TSM. That is the most boring shit I have ever seen. Ever.
I mean, look, I actually, because I started playing. If you don't play it, it's
You
like
don't get
anything
it.
else. You're not going to vibe with it. You're not going to go watch the World Cup if you never watched or played a soccer game.
Trust me, yeah.
You know, so I mean, how many guys have watched cricket matches in America? Because
Oh my God.
because it's huge outside of here.
I don't
I
know.
ain't gonna lie, I watched that
I-
shit. That shit is
honestly-
god awful.
Honestly,
I
I
love
can say I
football.
have.
I love football, and I got pretty bored after watching the first fucking quarter of that Super Bowl game. I got pretty bored.
Yes.
I was too
Played in
busy
the-
laughing my way to the bank.
Oh
Like-
my god.
All right,
Yo.
guys, hang out a
Wait.
second. I'm adding Panda.
Then more people.
Yo, Jonathan.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, man. What's up, man? We're back on Twitch.
Yeah, I saw that, man. Congrats. How's it feel?
It actually feels pretty good, actually. You know, I mean, I like the fact that I can reach a wider audience now through both Ustream and Twitch now, and eventually maybe Google Hangouts as well down the road. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to go Hugo Chavez and stream across every channel.
That's actually a genius idea, man. I thought about doing the same thing. It's a lot of work though, but seems like you have a computer that can at least handle dual streams.
Yeah, I want to know if we can handle 3.
Damn.
Possible.
Greedy.
No, it's just, you know, I put my computer together nice, and, you know, I set myself up, and, you know, it's definitely, I mean, I'm looking at both of them right now. They seem stable, so I really can't complain.
Okay, so James, I got a question.
Okay.
All right, listen. Now you know you were supposed to give us a Christmas gift, but due to the circumstances beyond either our control, you know, with the passing of my friend Nelson, we couldn't do that. Now,
that Christmas gift you asked of.
And now that you're back on Twitch, you definitely can't put that shit back up now.
That's not true. That's not true. What I can do after today, you know, I can work on doing either a director's cut version of it, where I'm going to actually talk through the whole thing, so people know so people actually know what was going on, or
the unrated episode.
No, it's not. Or I just do it on Ustream.
Ustream, there you go. Let's do that.
Because
we got to go ham on that one.
That's what I thought was gonna happen, but I was like, "Wow, you're back on Twitch."
Yeah.
Wait a minute, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, "Oh, she is back on Twitch." Like right now, I'm on Twitch chat right now.
You know, when you got people doing live nude shows on Twitch and shit. And,
oh, bruh.
You know, JamessMK doesn't seem all that bad anymore.
Not
does
that
he?
bad anymore.
Yeah.
The nude show was unintentional.
Straight from your PS4.
All right, so listen, I'm going to drop you guys down for a second, all of you, and I'm just going to bring Panda in. And then I'll bring you back, because he's on a mobile device, and it gets kind of shady.
No problem.
So I will add you back in a little bit.
All
right.
All right.
Hey, sorry about that.
That's no problem.
Walked into my living room, and that actually shares a different Wi-Fi extension. So
I actually I shaved everybody off just for you.
Oh, sick, man! I was gonna say. So, anyways, congrats for coming back on Twitch. I definitely think it's a really good time to kind of jump on board and stuff. Like, you heard about Twitch basically like just dominating the primetime charts, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
I mean, it was inevitable. I mean, I think as they've grown, we've grown. I mean, obviously I've made some mistakes. I can't say I'm not, that I'm without fault here. But, I mean, for the way things are going now, I think it's gonna be a better partnership down the road.
Definitely, man. They're making good moves. Glad to see you back on board with us. I've been on Twitch for a while now. I still watch your show on Ustream though. I mean, Ustream's great. Like, you can't discredit that side at all. But yeah, I watch your stream, pretty often, man. I love the idea of a kind of, just no holds barred, just kind of interview type show. It's pretty nice. We kind of need that. You need the different flavors.
Yeah, and that's, and that was one of the things that, like, I actually said to them when this whole thing boiled over. I said, look, what I wanted to do is I could very easily sit there and, plug my PlayStation 3 or my Xbox and stream for hours and talk about games. I wanted to do something that wasn't being done. The average player out there that goes to an event, or even if he doesn't go to an event, he don't know what to expect at an event. And it seemed like the only people anybody ever heard from were, the F-Champs and the Justins and the Chris's.
Right.
And they're, these people are just going because they want to have fun. And they're not looking to become the best player ever. It's an outlet for them to go and experience that. Maybe, go to Vegas on a vacation at the same time. You go, oh, wait, I can go to Evo at the same time. I really wanted to bring them more into the equation, because by bringing them into the equation more and getting them to have a better understanding, you're really opening up the doors for scene growth. Where a person might otherwise feel like, intimidated. I don't want to go to an event. I mean, I got to play Justin Wong. I'm going to get blown up so bad and embarrassed, and I'm going to have 100 guys pointing at me yelling World Star. So, I mean, it definitely, it was originally the goal of the show. I actually had spoken to a couple of the Mortal Kombat actors again, and I'm going to start bringing them back in. I want to do a reunion with all of them at the as one episode. Unfortunately, other communities, like, I've reached out to Van Damme. That's the only guy I know that I can deal with for Street Fighter. I mean, besides getting programmers and stuff, I want to incorporate a lot of stuff. So, it's a lot of stuff in the works. So, we'll take it as it goes, and hopefully it turns out well.
Yeah, I think you're definitely on the right track. I think, with Twitch TV doing so well, I've always kind of said this, that internet TV is the future. Eventually cable TV is going to be the VHS of, digital entertainment. So, providing different types of flavors of shows and everything is really good. I've always kind of preached on that. I want to do the same thing. I used to do a show called Ultimate Fight Night. It was, one of the first fight card style shows that you really saw on the FGC. So it was different. I got a lot of good feedback and stuff. It just takes so much to run it, but I love what you do with the show, man. It's different. It's not, all about the nice things. You get a little bit of everything. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. It's great stuff. And if you ever need help, like promoting and stuff, I'm always down to help, promote the show and everything. If you just want to, like, tag me in your tweets and stuff.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. It's...
I think us networks kind of need to work together, kind of grow together, help each other out and all of that. We're providing content, and, we're pretty big distributors of it, so...
that's something that, I've been hitting on. Obviously I hit walls at times, but, everybody in this community that provides any type of content, as much as everybody wants to be the end-all guy at the end of the food chain, saying they're the number one, primo one, it doesn't work that way. Not when you're dealing with something that is so new. That it's like what I've been saying about the whole esports thing. There is no expert. There's nobody that you can go that you can say, hey, this guy went to college for 20 years and he studied esports. There's nothing. It's brand new. So
exactly. It's.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's a new area. It's completely unexplored. There's no rules. There's nothing written in stone as to what's supposed to be. We have so much room to expand and present our ideas. And, it's kind of like fishing. You just got to try different lures and just be patient with it. Eventually something's going to bite. And, providing different type shows rather than just the basic, hey, I'm going to have my buddy on and we're just going to talk about this video game. You provide content for all kinds of different things. And you said you're getting into other type shows, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got, we now, one of the members of OBS went and he started OBS Gaming on Twitch now, which is basically, OBS guys, but obviously anybody's, invited to come. And, where normally you're turning around and you might watch an F-Champ, or, with Justin, anybody can come. I mean, it's online, obviously, which leaves something to desire, but as good as it can be, it's a hub where people can actually get together and just shit talk and play games. Rather than sit,
yeah, definitely.
Rather than just sit on a PlayStation 3 with a mic that, after 10 minutes of hearing a 9-year-old kid scream in your ear, you actually could sit back and say, you know what, I actually know who I'm dealing with, and you get to know the people.
And also be able to chat and talk about strategies and gameplay within the chat. I mean, it's godlike, right?
Exactly. So,
nice. One thing...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say while it was fresh on my mind, man. One big thing I love about the show is the influence of metal, man. I am a huge metalhead. I love metal. I was waiting for the show to come on, and you had all the, the heavy like thrash metal and stuff playing, and I can dig that stuff. And then you played some Beatles, and I was like, man, this dude is the best. I love death metal, thrash metal. I love the Beatles. I love Beach Boys, man. I'm a huge kind of old school music fan, so definitely respect to the metal theme.
See, what it's funny because I don't know who's picked up on it or who hasn't. Because when Natus edits the video to go up on YouTube, he cuts that part out, the music out. Before every episode, I run 3 songs, which is basically going to tell you the premise of what the show's going to be about, or my mood. So if you see, something like Celtic Frost on, I'm in a bad mood. Or if you see, if you're hearing Slayer, you're going to go, oh man, this is. But I've been in a pretty good mood. But today was Chris G being Jesus, me being the devil, i.e., and then the whole cutting it off with the all we need is love is me and Twitch getting together and actually agreeing.
Hell yeah!
So that whole theme's always been a part of the show. A lot of people, I've told people at events, they're like, I didn't know that. I'm like, you can tell what kind of mood I'm in. Just got to listen to the music.
Hell yeah, man! I respect that. That's pretty creative.
And like I said, in time, I hope to. Reach out to the West Coast guys and, get, more involved with them, helping them. There's some stuff that I got in the works that a couple of OBS members are doing up in NorCal, which, as soon as that, I'm able to talk more about it, will actually be pretty exciting, OBS West Coast.
I ran into some OBS guys actually, and while I was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, this past weekend for KIT.
Yep.
Guido. You know who Guido is, right?
Guido.
So he was one of the guys organizing the event. Real cool guy, man. I love the Injustice guys. I know you have a lot of involvement and connections with those guys, the MK guys and all that and stuff. But real nice guys, and honestly, the commentary for Injustice Top 8 was top notch. Shout outs to Devil May Spy for providing that, along with Saucy Jack, I think was the other guy. Yeah. But great guys, man. And they brought the hype to that tournament. So shout outs to all of those guys.
Yeah, it's funny because, that's, I may, and again, without no doubt, I can't, argue. I have a tendency every once in a while to get a little bit off on the deep end and go on a tangent and scream, rant, and rave. But all the members that, sport the tag, they really, had it not been for these guys, I would have left the scene. Because all I was seeing in the scene coming in is, top-notch players saying, where's my money? And I'm going, you get your money by getting a job. Oh, but I'm playing games. I'm like, okay. We used to pay money to play the game. We actually bought the game, or we actually sat and dumped quarters into an arcade machine, and that was your reward, was the satisfaction of whooping somebody's ass. But it became this self-entitlement. And again, I'm not trying to discredit these guys. I wish Willy Wonka would come and say, you know what, I'm just going to shell out billions of dollars in cash and chocolate, and everybody can play games for free all day, and everything's going to be great, and we're all going to make money. But that's just not the case.
Not right now, anyways. If the players and a lot of people involved would take it more serious, it could be there. I mean, money in video games is definitely a thing. It's just not for the FGC yet, and I think a lot of players need to understand that, and have a little bit more value and pride in themselves. But I mean, sponsors, you see them backing out all the time, man. I mean, and I don't blame them, but I don't want to down-mouth the fighting game community because I'm a part of it. I love it. I support it, and I want to see it grow. I would just like to, like you were talking about earlier and stuff. It's time to be positive. If we want to see growth, if we want to see better things, rather than a community that tears itself apart, a community that's slowly dying off. We kill each other off, and if we want to see more than that, we have to take it serious. We have to kind of get together and network better with each other. We need to use a lot less like offensive content and stuff, and so that way sponsors can take us serious. That way more money can be invested into the community to make our events bigger, to let it grow, bring new people in. One thing I love about the Smash being a part of the FGC is I love it too, man. And those guys have brought a lot to our community already as it is since being a part of EVO last year. Their events are amazing. Shout outs to Jonathan Lugo for organizing Apex, but we kind of helped. I helped him promote the event and stuff, and he kind of scratched my back as well. So, but that dude works extremely hard, and Apex was a Smash event that was lucky enough to feature our games, which had a good showing, but the Apex guys, they blew it out of the water. Like the players in the games was just out of this world. I wish people would have more respect for them.
See, that's the part that every game in this community has had to quote unquote sit in the back of the bus, and I wish people would take that the attitude of, hey, I know what it's like to be there, rather than that look back saying, oh man, that game's garbage. I'm going, wait, these guys come out in droves and support their game, and they kind of say, well, we don't need the FGC, we'll just do our own thing. And I'm going, why isn't the FGC really gravitating to these guys and saying, come be a part of us? Because their scene is their locals have 200 people.
People just don't understand the numbers. I mean, and it's not like they're a completely different species of human beings. You know what I mean? We're all humans. We can get along. It's just a matter of what game we're playing. That to me is childish and stupid. Why would you hate somebody else for a game they play? You don't hate that person. You're just going with the flow because everybody else is saying screw Smash and screw Smash players. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, you have no reason to hate that person. He is just another human being that enjoys playing a different game. And you never even know. He may not even judge you for playing Street Fighter or Injustice or Tekken, and you're just being a dick. But it's all about people following suit. People like to bandwagon and things like that. And if a large group of people are hating on a game, then of course even more are going to, just because that large group is.
Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of the people that are in positions, I don't want to, because it's hard to say, because there is no positions of authority in our scene, really. But there's people that are in positions, whether they're well-known commentators or a player or
their voices.
Their voice resonates so much that you start this chain reaction. And again, I got no ill words. I break Ski Sonic's chops all the time. I really got no ill words for him. But when he turned around to me and told me, like, well, your scene, why don't you go start your own scene? I was like, I'm in our scene. And that's, and that was, that mentality that you see in this scene. And I don't want to point at Street Fighters, the community, but they are the harshest critics of all the other scenes. It's almost like they're the ones that are like they're the head of the club that we're all in, and they're the ones that say who stays and goes. And I've seen top players literally kill and take the wind out of games because they went on bashing sprees. And whether you like the game or not, you should at least embrace it to say it's one more game which brings in X amount more people into our scene, which makes this scene look bigger.
Right. I completely agree. Street Fighter's it's a big game. It just happens to be my favorite fighting game. It's a large game, but it's been around for so long. It's got a big fan base, but that doesn't mean that it's a better fighting game than any other fighting game on the planet. Give other games a chance. And if you don't even want to give it a chance to play, at least, don't down talk it because it doesn't play the way you like. Not everybody likes Street Fighter,
Oh, yeah. Not everybody, but, on the flip side of that, if you want to be proactive for your community, go play Smash. That $10 that's going to cost you to enter Smash, you may be the worst. You may go 0-2. But if you got $10 to spend to show support for other parts of your community, it really unites all the community. When they see a Justin sit down and play Smash, that resonates with the Smash community.
Yeah, it does. It does. Like at KIT, Chris G was actually taken out by one of the GGA players. I think it may have been GGA or one of the AK players, but anyways, one of those team members. And just the fact that they beat him in the tournament and stuff made them extremely excited. They were talking about it and hyped up about it. But it was cool because they respected Chris G as a player playing in the game. So it's cool for Chris G to enter the tournament to kind of give them that feel that, hey, this is a serious player taking on a serious game. So if more top players would follow suit, it would kind of unify our games as well more, because they weren't talking bad about Chris G, but they were more excited that, he was entered into it to where they could actually beat him in the tournament.
Speaking of which, Chris, you there?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on there, man?
No, I'm saying, what is it? Why is my name being mentioned here?
Because you're talking about KIT.
What, Injustice?
No, you're just playing other games besides, obviously, just Marvel.
Yeah, we were just talking about how, like a top player like you with like your skill and everything, if you were to enter other games, it's more encouraging for a broader audience of people that follow you to kind of accept that game and stuff, rather than like other top players just like dogging on games and that kind of bringing the image of the game down and hurting kind of the community as a whole.
Chris?
Yeah. Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just dealing with some stuff right now.
And?
But yeah, no, I completely agree. Like at least, just like even Justin, he'll play something like Blaze Blue or something randomly, and we'll get blown up in those games. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't know, it looks like at the end of the day, there's hope for mankind when we're destroyed.
It's kind of like a unifying thing, you know what I mean? We're fighting game community. It's not Street Fighter community. It's not Marvel community or Blaze Blue community. We're fighting game community. Everybody needs to kind of be there, support each other's games and all of that. And even like I said, it means the world for any other player in any tournament to see another top player enter their game because, there's no threat of dominance. It's like this guy's really good and he's serious enough to take on my game, so I'm going to play him with all seriousness, and I respect that. It's kind of like, it's like that,
It's funny. I literally, and Chris knows this, I've been bashing Marvel, saying I can't see, there's too many colors going on, I don't know what the hell to do with this game since day one. And now I'm actually starting to play it. Because I'm like, you know what? I keep bitching about it. Why not just give it a shot? Now, I know everybody says it's broken and this and that, but 300-400 people at a tournament can't be wrong. So, there's obviously something there that is attracting people to continue to play it. So, it's literally I actually made the stupid move of betting PROG that I'm going to make top 16 at Evo, which, hey, that's fantasy, but, I figured I countered the bet by saying he won't make top 8 with Injustice. So if he doesn't make, he don't get paid. If I don't make, I don't get paid. But it's that reaching out to other games, having the top name players actually, rather than talk, at people, talk to people. Encourage people to go and jump around to different games.
By the way, Chris, I met you at KIT. I was the guy that was controlling the mainstream.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was nice meeting you, man. Appreciate you, coming and supporting the tournament and everything. It really means a lot to us players here in the South and everything. We're kind of, it's the East and West Coast get a lot of attention and stuff. So we're trying to change that in the South. We want people to kind of, recognize the talent and stuff. I mean, what did you think of your stay down here? Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time?
No, I completely did. Like they definitely took care of me. They made sure I was doing okay. And like if I was thirsty, if I was hungry, they did really good. The stream was good. The people there was really hospitable. Like I had a really good time.
Yeah,
and
man, that's something.
Nice.
Yeah, the trophies were sick.
You guys.
You won one of the. I didn't help organize the tournament. You want to shout outs to the actual tournament organizers, Vandy, Beely, and Guido. I'm not sure if there was anyone else involved, but those are the most people I dealt with. Excellent tournament staff. But the statues, man, those were sick. You only won. Did you win the Magneto one? I think that was for Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones, man. Yeah, shout outs to KIT though. But anyways, I guess you guys have an interview going on or something. I could probably jump off pretty soon.
You can stick around. I mean, it's
okay.
You don't have to split out. Chris. What's that, Chris?
Where's everybody else?
I dropped them off. Why? Would you like me to add them as well?
Wait. Who was on?
Who do we have? We had Jazz. We had Abe. We had Crying Brian. We had Jason, the man, the myth, the dichotomy. We had David Russell down in Jamaica. We had Fifth. My usual, and then we had Kyle. So we didn't have anybody else because they're busy.
All right.
So do you want me to add them, or you want to stick it one-on-one here?
Oh, that's fine. I guess it was supposed to be one-on-one.
Well, no, I could bring everybody in. I don't care. It's up to you, man. You're Jesus, not me.
Hey. you're the red guy.
I'm the red guy. Uh-oh, I got Webster asking a question for you. Actually, for Panda. He said, ask Panda, how in the fuck do you expect for bad fighting games to get fixed or made better when we're sugarcoating its flaws? Just accept the game for what it is. Bullshit. When the fuck do developers get held accountable?
That's a valid claim. I can respect that. I mean, I wasn't saying that to give every game credit. I mean, give credit where credit's due, of course. I mean, I'm not going to badmouth any games, though, in particular, because there are people that love the games. There are games that I don't like, and, I'll say, like, hey, I don't like the game. I'm not a fan of it, or, whatnot. But, I don't really have any right to badmouth it, because there are people that do like the game, and I wouldn't want people bad-mouthing my game. You know what I mean? I mean, I take pride in the games I like to play, and I'm sure other people do as well, so I really have no place to bad-mouth the game. But as far as developers being held accountable, that's their loss, If they want to build their game, their brand, the name and everything, and they want to make more sales, then they're going to be dedicated enough to to at least make the game good. But I mean, if you're talking about games like Blaze Blue, Injustice, and all of that not being good games, let the cells speak for themselves. Blaze Blue is a very popular anime fighter, and Injustice is one of the top selling fighting games right now on the market. So I don't know what games in particular he was talking about. But
well, I know he likes to I know he has issues with NRS, which again his opinion, because he was a die. He's the perfect example of when a community turns on a member. He was giving criticism. He was an avid Mortal Kombat guy from day one. Helped run events, did everything he could to promote the game. In fact, we had the input bug, which was a big oops, especially coming up in tournament play. And he used to tell people, shut up, it's not true. And then seasons beatings, it happened. And it happened to him like 3 times in a match, and it cost him the tournament, progression. So he started to get upset at that point, which I understand. One of the things is a lot of people don't understand, though, is, it's not an issue of just putting out a patch and 2 days later the patch is out. And then at the same time, you got people crying about balance. This day and age now where, back in the arcade day, what you see is what you got.
Right. I mean,
now these hot fixes, there is no more guile handcuffs or yoga flame turning off the machine. You're basically stuck with what you get. And now it's as quick as, now with KI, it's fixes on the fly.
Yeah, it's like it's almost too perfect, I respect the idea of patching your game and making it good. Don't get me wrong, and I love the support that a lot of developers show with that. But I mean, there's times where like too many patches are too bad or too quickly. I kind of believe on let the kinks wear out, and if you're gonna do a patch, let players really play the game, dissect the game, figure out every instance of everything before you go off on these wild random patches. But I like patches. I support them. I think they help keep the game alive. But I love Street Fighter 4 Vanilla. Sometimes like broken games are fun though. Super Turbo is still an extremely fun game. It's still played.
It's definitely. I mean, look, if every character's broken, how can you say the game's broken?
Right, exactly, because you can just counter with broken. We'll counter with broken and with broken. That's just how it is. But if you want to enjoy and have fun playing the game, just play the game. But if you want to win, then show that you want to win and play and adapt and play the best character. I guess that's what that is. You know what I mean?
Well, one of the things I've noticed is, because I've watched in the Mortal Kombat community, people hop off of bandwagons as quick as changing their underwear. Literally they go to a tournament, they win with, whatever, Cabal, and then all of a sudden the next tournament Kung Lao wins, and you just gave up on Cabal, and you're like, he's the best now. And then, they would go out and they would say, oh, this has got to be nerfed, this has got to be changed. As players, people lose perspective of that's what you are as a player. You're not a developer. I understand you want to make certain things in the game, and it's very noble that a developer wants to give to such a minor portion of their overall sales this feeling that, we're listening to you guys, we're listening to the tournament scene. But it really, at the end of the day, the buck stops at the stock market, and, working in the development field, they want the game out Tuesday, not Wednesday, not Thursday. They want it out Tuesday. They don't care if you got to cut Ryu and Ken out of Street Fighter and say, just we need it done. You could go back to them and say, but these guys are like, what made Street Fighter Street Fighter? They'll say, I don't care. And it's a hard balance for developers to actually be able to, get what they have on paper and transmitted over to a computer screen in a short, limited amount of time. I mean, if you look at KI, KI is a perfect example. They wanted a game to be a flagship fighting game to come out for the system, and they needed it now. That's why you really have these characters coming out now. I mean, give them another year and a half, and you wouldn't have gotten 3 characters. You would have gotten 12 characters.
Yeah, it's like you don't get the full game unlocked, So KI is kind of a weird balance of, I guess, balancing the game really, because with every new character you have to release all these extreme patches and balance updates and stuff. So the game is constantly changing. What did you think about that when they did that with Injustice? Do you think that kind of hurt?
I think what hurt it, the original hurt was the community crying about Scorpion, which, I kind of said let him fly as he was. If everybody, if he becomes the new Cabal, so be it, But it's, again, in my opinion, you don't tell an artist how he should paint the colors of the eyes of the people that he's making. And if being that Scorpion is the logo for NRS, why wouldn't, I heard people saying, oh, he shouldn't even have been in the game. Why not? I wouldn't have mind seeing Kung Lao. I wouldn't have mind seeing them all. I wouldn't have mind them saying, let's do a 4th or 3rd patch, and, we'll release 4 or 5 characters from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it leaves a lot of room to the imagination. Also, if you're a Scorpion fan, it's cool to see Scorpion mixed with other characters that you, of course, love as well. Like all the superheroes and all of that. So
yeah, characters you would never see. I mean, you had Injustice, but characters that you would never see face against each other. Now you're actually seeing it.
It brings different players from different games in too, because diehard Scorpion fans and MK, might not have ever thought about playing Injustice, but whenever Scorpion was released, they picked Injustice up, and now they're playing Injustice, that
was one of the things that, NRS was really aiming for, which was to get, the Street Fighter community, and it was supposed to be, it was supposed to evolve into this Mortal Kombat meets Street Fighter, because, people have been asking for it, but, is it ever going to happen? I've seen stranger things happen, but I really wouldn't. I wouldn't bet on it, to be honest. But this was the closest you were going to get to it. You were able to play with the Street Fighter. Basically Street Fighter fundamentals, and be able to also play with the Mortal Kombat fundamentals, and be able to actually be a good player.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the blend. You can definitely see the blend for sure. What you might actually be able to talk about this as well, Chris. But what do you guys think about the upcoming Ultra release? I know you don't really talk too much about Street Fighter, James, but as far as the Ultra release coming up, what do you guys think about it? And what do you guys think about the way the updates and patches have come out as far as time frame and stuff?
Ken, that's all I gotta say. I got Ken. I'm happy. I played 4 and Ken was just garbage. So yeah, now that he's got a couple of buffs, I'm actually happy. Chris,
interested to pick it up again, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I started playing 4. I actually competed. I mean, I went 1 and 2, but I went 1 and 2 at I think it was NEC. It was the first time I actually played competitively Street Fighter since arcade days. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna jump onto Ultra, I think.
Nice.
Chris, you there?
Yeah.
You okay?
Well, I hope that it doesn't become Super again, where everyone's just holding back. That just looks boring. Like, I didn't like Super because I had to wait all day. Like, it's not even like Marvel where I throw soul fists, haha, jokes. But it looks like since all the charge characters got buffed, things might be a bigger problem. Now that the late waking up is introduced, red focusing, it just makes the whole back character is more viable.
Right. So I mean, you've got a lot of hands-down experience with the game, right?
No, it's not even that. It's just if you really think about it,
Yeah,
all
just
the
the
buffs for
logistics.
all the charge characters.
Yeah, I guess there's really no way to tell until the game's released and it's released to the mass public. But I mean, I'm pretty excited for it. It's I feel like maybe it's going to be a kind of a different, newer game to kind of grasp. Have you been taking Street Fighter 4 like more seriously than Marvel lately, or do you span more your attention towards Marvel?
I've been trying to play Street Fighter a lot more, but like with the patch, Cammy, all the rushdown characters, they are being nerfed as well. I'm not sure exactly how the final build will look, but if Cammy and Fei Long are gone, then things might be a bigger problem. We're just gonna throw Hadoukens at each other and fireballs. I do that enough in Marvel.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. But like I said, I guess time will tell. So I kind of wanted to kind of spread word. Since we're on the subject of Street Fighter, I think I told you about it, Chris, while we were in KIT. But I guess I wanted to kind of spread the word on the show, if it's okay, James.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, I've been running these online tournaments as of late. Last December, I ran a Street Fighter 4 online tournament. We had over 90 entrants, over $550 in cash prizes. It was a big tournament. We had a lot of fun. It ran at a decent time. There were some hiccups here and there, but for the most problems, not many problems you would think related to an online tournament. So we decided to do it again. And one good thing about this is we've got a lot of sponsors involved with it. We're really trying to kind of put on a show where players that never really get the opportunity to be presented in a tournament or on a stream environment, get to kind of play online. We're gonna have a dual stream up. It's called PXG Online Championships, and it's being backed by Aver Media, as well as some other sponsors as well. So, the next tournament is actually this coming Sunday, February 9th at 2 p.m. There's gonna be basically a pool schedule. So we're bringing it back. We've already got over 50 pre-registered entrants, and our cash prize is already exceeded the last event's cash prize. We're about $560 and growing. So shout outs to the players and the sponsors for making it happen. We have some cash prize sponsors on board, and the prizes just keep coming, man. We've actually got, so aside from the $560 in cash prizes, we have a custom-made arcade stick made specifically for PXG Online Championships. It's themed with the logo and everything on it. Fohammer Custom Joysticks made it. They make sick woodwork. It's pretty amazing. We've got like apparel and stuff being donated by a clothing company called Murderwear, and streaming gear from Aver Media. Plus, they're kind of sponsoring the vid and helping us advertise. Cash prizes, all kinds of things, man. But I was gonna see. I know that like a couple of the EG guys had actually taken interest, and I was gonna see if you'd be interested in entering in it, Chris. I'd love to get you on and kind of, just you would if you're free on Sunday, you would never have to leave your house. It's you check your pool listing on Saturday because registration's closed this Friday. You'll check your pool listings, see what time you have to play. That way, you only make sure you're available during those hours. And if you make top 8, you play later. So, I'm sure a lot of people would love to see you play. I just don't know how open you are to an online tournament.
Wait, for all games, you said?
No, it's just for Street Fighter 4. It's Street Fighter 4 only.
I play Sakura.
Yeah, I mean, man, you might do really well online. So
I might do really bad.
Yeah, but all the online warriors would love to see you, man. So you don't have to. I know there's that online part of it, but I'm really trying to push for online just because I think it's something worth exploring. It's a second event. we've worked out a lot of kinks and everything. We're prepared more this time. The last event was great, man. It was awesome. A lot of people had fun. So, we're really trying to focus on this thing for 2014. I want to see more online events with more sponsors involved, more airtime and things like that. Plus, give the chance for more players to kind of get their name out. There's a lot of talent that stays at home, and you got to support those guys.
Sounds good. I just wish my character held back.
You just wish what? I'm sorry?
I just wish my character held back. I'm pretty sure if I play online, someone's going to pick Guile, and I'm just going to lose.
You play Diamond, man, and I've seen you beat Diamond, so... Yeah.
I can't do Link online.
It's... if you have nothing better to do, I just kind of encourage anybody to sign up. If you have nothing better to do, it's during a Sunday afternoon. You don't really have to dedicate too much time to it. Just whenever your pool starts, and then you show up and wait for your matches, and then you're done until later on if you qualify. So, anyways, I just want to give a shout out to Link if you guys are interested in joining that. Anybody on the stream, it's for Street Fighter 4 via Xbox Live, PXG Online Championships, tinyurl.com/PXG2REG.
You know what?
PXG2.
Put that in the Twitch chat, the Twit one, and I'll paste it across to both of them.
Cool. I'll post it here real quick. I'm typing it right now.
I'll tell you this though, managing multiple windows like this is a little bit much.
With the whole dual stream and everything?
Yeah. I'm bouncing
Is
back
the multiple chats confusing you?
Yeah, not that it's confusing me. There's people that had been banned back in the day that, I'm willing to give anybody a shot that's not... Who's this calling in?
Okay, I just posted the link. My tag is Solid Expanda in the chat. What's up, Arturo? Shout outs to Arturo.
Alright, let me go back to unbanning this dude quick. You gotta remember, it's been a while since I was on Twitch, like a year. So I gotta remember where everything is. What's that?
I'm on mobile, so I can't see it. Did they give you your original channel back? Did they just
they
open it
gave
back up?
They gave me the original channel back. Yeah, I was actually...
Man, that's godlike.
That must mean during the Twitch classes of moderating a channel, they used me as an example. So they kept it intact the whole time. So I'm not complaining one bit.
You were in the corner. Timeout.
All right, where are we? Band chatters. All right. How do I undo a band chatter? Damn it.
I think it's if you click their name, there should be a unban button, but you got to catch their name.
Hey, this John guy, can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I can hear.
Hey, I just have an idea. I know you're having a little online tournament. I think you'd have a lot more people enter if you had random entrant giveaway.
Giveaways for random entrants?
Yeah, if it doesn't cost people anything and it gives them let's say you have 100 people and you have a couple, 5 or 10 things of various prices. I'm sure that would, get people to join. Just throwing that out there.
Definitely. That's a really good idea. We have currently we're giving prizes out to top 8. All of top 8 gets beat art of their other custom made beat art of their main Street Fighter character. Clothes, arcade sticks, and cash. So we're trying to definitely make sure the prizes are there, and I'll definitely think about giving random entrant giveaways. So
I'm just saying that would. I don't know what your budget is, but just throwing that out there.
I respect that. I respect that.
But definitely, if it was worth it, I'd be like, ooh, I don't have to win. I have a chance to win. I don't know, a controller or something. I'd be like, ooh, I'll join that. I have a 1 out of 50 chance. I'm just saying. So, you can get back to your stuff.
No, I'm fine. I'm listening. I mean, that's
cool.
definitely a great idea. People love free stuff, so if you can provide more of that, I just got to find out where I'm going to get it from.
Just tell James to tell Ed Boon. He has. They're buddy, right? They're buddies. Right?
What am I supposed to tell him? Give away stuff for free?
Yeah, just walk and be like, hey,
give
remember
away some
when
stuff
we
for the
were playing on that
Street
arcade
Fighter
machine? Give me some shit and yeah.
Hey, Ed, you got a nice car, Ed, right? Can we give that away? You can autograph the car and we'll give it away as 3rd place.
How about an autographed picture of Ed Boon's ass? How about that?
I think that'd be pretty godlike, actually. Plus 50 entrance right there.
I don't know. Anything. Or you know what you could do, James? Just do some bullshit, I want to play test this. You call up some custom, controller Twitter, and you could call up 20 of them, and there's 50 or so on Twitter. Maybe one of them will give you some things to play around with and be like, oh, I can get the inputs perfect online with this controller from Scuff or whatever. You never know. So.
No, definitely. I mean, look. This, I have some hooks in some places. I wouldn't go to Ed, but with other companies, in fact, if I remember correctly, Chris has a couple of things he wants to give away. I don't know what his rules are to it, but we are going to allow him to make whatever rules he wants. Again, that comes back to what you were saying earlier about the whole networking. People literally have to start working together more. If you're not going to work together to accomplish anything in the scene, then this scene is, at least if it was the arcade era, you could be like, all right, you know what, it's just basically this is what you expect. Now, the way it is, it's just everybody's in different directions.
Right, we kind of got to work as a team. What does a little retweet hurt? You know what I mean? Even something as simple as like a mention on Twitter or a Facebook post or just a shout out on stream, man, that helps. Oh yeah, definitely. Know that other people are there. They need to be supported as well. So if we all grow together, we can kind of grow at a faster rate.
All right, where am I? Let me get back to this. Okay, boom. Okay. All right, so. Let me do this. Did you put that link in the chat, or did you put it in the Skype?
I'll put it in the Skype chat.
Put it in the Skype. That way I can bounce it back and forth.
Gotcha. Let me.
Oh yeah, James. I had a question. I saw some kid at my college going like ape shit over some anime game that's coming out. It was called like. JoJo something.
JoJo's Bizarre.
Yeah, is that getting anything in the FGC?
It's getting a little play. It's not getting much. I know a lot of people were saying again with the everybody's broken thing. But again, it should get more play. I know the guys at Kick Punch Block, Jonathan Sukuro, and these guys. They're really into the game. And they're trying to push it more and more. But I don't know if it got any leg or not, only because it's just something that I haven't been able to get my hands on yet. But if I can get my hands on it, I'll push it.
Is that for PS4 or just 360 or PS3 or 1 or what? What's it coming out for anyway?
I believe it was PS3, actually. I'm sure they're going to do a PS4 version. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just do this. Okay, here we go. One. And to the other one. And push it to the other one. This is a little bit more work than I thought. Boom. Okay. Okay, let me go over to Chris. Chris.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
So, being that you're Jesus, I know you were mentioning stuff that you wanted to unload. Did you think about any way you wanted to do it yet?
Well, some stuff I'll just pretty much give away. But, like, I am also selling a few sticks that I don't know why they're not gone yet.
Because you didn't autograph them.
I'll give you $5 on Amazon. Just right now. Right now. That's digital money.
Like, I have a whole bunch of controllers and stuff. I think I got a few AG headsets.
All right, so let's do this, because now what do you want to give away? Let's give something away.
I actually have a full wall unit right here that I'm looking at that I can't bring with me.
Oh, you're giving away a wall unit now with the TV, Xbox, PlayStation, everything
No,
intact?
I'm talking about the frame. If anybody would actually pick that up for me, that'd be fantastic.
Like the stand, like
the entertainment center itself.
Yeah, the entertainment center. He just. I mean, that's a sick prize, though. Don't get me wrong. That's awesome. You're just giving it away, though?
I don't know, yeah, I'll just give it away. Got a table.
Oh, yeah.
See. A bunch of other crap here.
Oh yeah, James. Actually, can I actually make a plug?
Go ahead, make a plug.
Okay.
While I do this.
For anybody living in New Jersey, Somerset area, Raritan Valley Community College, we're going over a brand new update to our game rooms. We're having an open drive donation because we have a bunch of old shitty TVs and broken pool tables and ping pong crap and chairs. Anything that you are looking to get rid of or donate. Open donations at the college. They're expanding our game room, getting a whole nother, I don't know, let's say